All right, guys. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. And I did a lot of research last night online, and Facebook has made some changes recently, so even like YouTube tutorials have barely caught up with some of these changes. And of course, this is all really, really new to me, aside from, using my phone on a ship to just see, show you around. This is a little bit different. We switched to a webcam, so hopefully you can see things a little more clearly, and also eventually maybe I may be able to do 2 cameras so you can see my face at some points, and not. But anyways, there is no plan for this. I literally went and dug out my kids' baby books from underneath my craft table, and honest to God, there was dust on some of them. And I wanted to share some options, okay? So, not everybody is a diehard scrapbooker. Not everybody has the time. Moms these days are pretty busy. So here's, it'll be hard for you to see, but I'll tilt this up as best I can. Here's kind of what I started with my children. This is really bugging me. I can only see a very tiny portion of the screen. So these are Hallmark baby albums. And do you see how nice and neat they're labeled? Yeah, okay. Honest to God, I have not opened these yet today. I have no idea where we are with some of them. But I thought, if you are new to scrapbooking, this is probably one of your... probably one of the easiest options for you to think about is to get something that's a little bit pre-made, that's kind of got, excuse me, I'm just drinking some soda, everything laid out for you. There are all sorts of albums. We could talk about that later, but let's just kind of have a quick look at what you can do with something that you can find at a local Hallmark store, or you can even get some of these things from some mail order companies, and you can do your own albums and things like that too. So honestly, have not looked at this in, God knows, how long. So let me see if I can get this a little bit more centered for you, and hopefully the light is not too glary. So this is my oldest daughter's baby book. So in theory, it should be the most complete. So let's see where we are at. Here we go. Pile of photos. Pile of photos. Oh, some extra pages. Okay. So these are pictures of, sorry, this light is, I don't know if we, yeah, no, we definitely need the light. These are just some photos that we took of her nursery when she was a baby, which is interesting because we just rearranged the room for my daughter, and this dresser that we had used as a changing table is now is still in that spot, but we have done some differences. There was her crib and her little buckets. Those buckets are underneath my daughter's bed right now. So anyways, stack of photos to that I must have had intentions for being in here at some point. Oh God, I can't believe I'm showing you this one. There we go, me and all my pregnant glory. And this chair, which we had moved to our master bedroom for the last several years. We actually just moved back to this bedroom for my daughter to use as a reading. And we've sold this dresser. This was my husband's childhood dresser because we didn't have enough room. So actually, one of my Facebook friends now has that dresser. All right, so this was a page obviously that we didn't use. So fancy writing. I remember doing this with a calligraphy, chisel tipped marker. This was her birth announcement picture. So something like this is going to give you made topics and categories that you can kind of put together. Look, family photo. Didn't do that. All this journaling. I'm so glad I did the journaling way back when, people, because God knows I wouldn't remember that now. Oh, look, lock of hair, her hospital bracelet. These, I remember buying these stickers at Archivers back when Archivers was around. Our house. You definitely want to take some time to capture those pictures. This was her birth announcement. Her footprints. Look at all this fun stuff. So, there's a little envelope. There's nothing in here. First time saying mama, didn't write that down. So you definitely can do some great memory collecting with this. We did get her picture taken every month, so if you don't get a professional photo, just snap a photo. I mean, and now, gosh, Facebook these days, they'll keep track of everything for you. So I'm pretty excited about Facebook. All right, so this is kind of an option. Oh, this is for my baby shower. Here, you know, so here's some enlargements. So this is one option. I do have this for all 3 of my children. I will not open up those other ones on camera right now because, gosh, I have no idea. Well, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna show you child number 1, and now I'm gonna show you child number 3, and let's see if hers is anywhere close to being. Here's Allison. Is hers anywhere close to being? Oh, yeah, no. Here's her little immunization book. Some birthday cards that I've seen. Hers does not have a photo in the front. Let's see. Where's she at? Oh, we've got a name. We've got some stuff filled out. Oh, we didn't have a shower, you know, obviously. We do have some things filled out. Oh, this was from the doctors at, the doctors and nurses at Good Shepherd. That was so sweet. So I have that in her album. We do have a couple of photos, but, yeah. Oh, you know, there's some things in here. That's amazing. Oh, look, we had a little gamble as to what she was going to be. We did not know with any of our kids. But look, when you get back here, we got the photos, and we have a little bit of journaling. Oh, no, what's going to happen? Please journal. Please, I'm pleading with you. Allison is now 11. Please journal. Please write those things down because you're going to be like me and regret it. All right. So those are some great ideas for, you know, a pre-made kind of record-keeping book. Maybe not as much paper crafting as you would like to do. So I'm going to show you, let's see, another couple of options. Stay with me. Hold on. I gotta, all this stuff is too big to fit on my desk, so we kind of had to pile it all over the place. So my oldest has the most books. I don't know if you can hear that. My oldest has the most books, okay? These are K & Company albums. She has 1, 2, 3, 4 of this exact same album, and she probably has the most complete because the first year that she was born in November. That year for Christmas, my husband gave me a year's worth of Scrapmania. Back when Archivers, that store was around, they used to do a crop every Friday and Saturday evening, and you got your dinner and drinks and snacks included, and sometimes they would give you a project. So my husband went in there just a couple weeks after Maddie was born and said, how do I buy my wife a year's worth of Scrapmania? Oh my gosh, the ladies there almost fell off their chairs. They're like, we don't know how to do that, but we're going to figure it out. So he paid for 1 night a month for the entire first year of Madeline being born, and they had just signed me up for the first Saturday. I could change it if I needed to a different week. But I'm telling you, having a schedule for actually doing this is what saved her baby book. And obviously you'll see with Evan and Allison, not so much. So every Friday, I would send my photos to Walmart, and then every Friday before the crop, I would send my photos to Walmart, and on Saturday, I would go down early. You could go early as long as you didn't have a class going on, and then stay until when they closed at midnight. So she has the most complete baby album, and you'll see some of the titles and stuff here. This was cut with a Cricut, obviously waiting for some sort of key photo that I need to find. And here we have, gosh, yesterday the camera was so... This seems to be zoomed out a lot. So we've got ultrasound photos. Again, look, journaling. Do it. You will never remember what you were thinking of later. So, yeah, this was talking all about, we had some strange ultrasound readings. So this was talking about that. The day that she was born, the little nickname that we gave her. And again, look, if you look back, if you could see these pages closely, you'll just see they're like an embossed page with a piece for a photo. So let's get through some of that. All right, so this is what I really wanted to show you. This is her actual crib cart, And then this is I'm going to try to get it so the glare doesn't see it. This is a photocopy of her hat and a photocopy of her bracelet, and her bracelet and my bracelet, I think. So as you saw in my other album, I actually had this, I think it was this bracelet, but this was a great way. Her hat is in a memory box someplace. So by taking a digital color photocopy of that, which I did at Archivers when Archivers was around, but now you could take this into Kinko's office. They have color photocopiers, and throw it on there and take a copy of it. Take a copy of the bracelet so that you kind of have everything together, but you can keep the physical item someplace else. This was, I think, in this, a gal at Archivers told me to do this, and this was, I think, one of my favorite tips for doing a baby album. It saves you in bulk, and it also gives you those physical items someplace else for your child to have. So this was just her first visitors. This was her little photo shoot that we did for her birth announcement. And then, as I said, we went every month to get her picture taken. These actually over here on this side, these are probably the only film photos we have of any of our children. I remember when she was born, Madeline was born in 2005, and we had a digital camera by that point, and we had never really printed digital photos. So I said to my husband, we had a nice big DSLR camera. I said, we're taking the camera and we're going to take film photos of this child because I don't think we'll actually ever print the digital pictures. Now, I really didn't have anything to worry about because by the time she was 13 days old, I went into Walmart to pick up pictures, because we did figure out a way to print the pictures from our digital camera to Walmart. So they weren't like printed out on computer paper. They were proper photos. But at 13 days old, the Walmart photo lady knew who I was. And I was like, oh, she's like, oh, your husband normally picks these up. Oh, yeah. On these, I outlined a little bit with paint. I don't know, you can way back sponge brush and some paint to give a little matte to those. So these are the actual only film. We have negatives of these someplace, and I think that's it. We never use that camera again. So in fact, I think there is a roll of film. We did discover that camera recently. There's a roll of film someplace in there. So, neighbor play dates. Oh, look at this. Way back in the day, you could, here's something, friends, this is a small world. This birth announcement arrived in the mail to my parents from a woman that they met on a cruise, and they recognized their names from the local paper. This is from the Preston Times, which is a town that is adjacent to where my husband grew up. And this woman, Betty Lass, had a subscription, saw the birth announcement that reads, Sean and Jennifer Holbo-Meyer of Crystal Lake are the parents of a daughter, Madeline Grace, born at 8:11 a.m. Thursday, November 3rd. Maternal grandparents are Lyle and Marge Holbo of Lindenhurst, Illinois. So they had met my parents on a cruise and they remembered them. And so she sent us this clipping. We never even would have seen it. It was so cool. And then back in the day, you could also write to the White House and they would send you a personalized, well, not personalized, but they would send you back a welcome to the country announcement from the president. So this is from George and Laura Bush. So yeah, anyways, all sorts of fun things. I have not looked at these albums in forever. And you know what? My kids haven't either. This is the perfect time while we're all stuck inside to have your kids look at these albums. So again, here we get more elaborate. We've got, some embellishments and things like that. Napkins that we had ordered for the company that I worked for. You could get personalized stationery napkins at cost. So, I kind of took advantage of that. I've always been a big stationery freak. So look at all of these great memories, baptism, and so on and so forth. So this is our first vacation. So you can be elaborate, but again, please do the journaling. Please don't be like me. I'm thankful for the minimal journaling that I did do, but yeah. So here is an example of a big, this is a proper scrapbook. All right. So you might not have all that time on your hands to do, and things have changed a lot. It's only been 14 years, but man, things have changed quite a bit. Here's one other quick one that we did that is like, if you just can grab a photo album kind of a deal. And again, don't do as I did. Pay attention. Not so many photos in here, but we do get to some down here. Even if it's just sticking your photos into an album and writing down what is going on in this picture. A husband of one of my friends told me once, this is a husband telling you this. We come back from a crop and we were showing him all the pages that we did. And he's like, yeah, all the things that you're telling me are the things that you should be writing down. So that I always thought was a good piece of advice. So please write this stuff down. But you can do this. Anybody can do this. This is a photo album. You can buy it. So this actually, the binding has broken on this, so I'll probably be taking this apart. It didn't survive. And one thing, your kids are always going to, think about this now, and I have an example that my sister did. They're always going to be like, when they start kindergarten, first grade, bring in a baby picture, show us something of this. Take a cute little, this is a plastic album. When my sister made this for our kids when we went to Disney several years ago. She did one for each of my children. You could do one with your baby things, but just slip in the pictures. You just sometimes need the pictures. And I'm telling you, if your kids are young, they're going to need to take photos into school all the time. So it's nice if you have extra printouts of some of their baby pictures or their key moments in their life so that they can just take them with them. It doesn't have to be elaborate, people. You just need to do the documentation. All right. One last thing, I wanted to show you a couple cute examples of some things that you can buy that I'll be working on. And one is, like, you can guys get some of these ready-made ones where the matting is already done. This is going to be for my, oops, everything's falling. This is going to be for my son's first communion. So I have some memorabilia in here for my sister and the thing. And of course, I've not printed, I do have photos someplace, but you know what? If this is going to go fast. It's not necessarily about how much time it takes you. It's about getting it done. So I hope you guys are taking advantage of some of the time that we have here. I could go on and on. I have a couple of bins here that I am going to open. I'm kind of scared to see what's in them, but maybe I will show you. All right, so you saw first daughter's one. Let me just open up youngest daughter's bin so you can see where it's not all caught up. All right, this is a giant bin. I have not looked in here in years. So we had some stuff that was partially done. Oh, look, here's her baptismal certificate, the one that got smashed behind a drawer in that dresser. And then albums to go through here. Here's her baby one. Let's see. Let's just pull it out so you can see the time difference between how much time I was able to spend with girl number 1 versus child number 3. And poor Evan, he does have a book. It's still in the bin there. So here's number 3. One of my good friends took that photo. Here we grow again. Again, it might be hard to see. Let's do this that way. Oh, kids. Oh, my daughters are out there riding around. Oh, look, we get to 3D ultrasounds. How fun is that? Oh, preterm labor or labor. Oh, look, okay. That other photo and then this photo is the only pregnancy photos I think I ever allowed to be taken. And look, I did journal. Thank God, because I wouldn't remember this. At 4:30 a.m. I woke up to strong contractions. We all have our birth stories. Ladies, write them down. Write them down before you embellish them too much. They all get embellished over the years. Oh, this is one of my favorite scrapbook layouts. I'm glad I know this is getting long, but I'm glad I pulled this out so that you guys could see this. I'm going to try to get the glare off. My sister Amy came to see us in the hospital, and we did not know the gender of any of our children. Allison was born early in the morning, and we called her and said, hey, come. And she wanted us to tell her the sex of the baby, and we would not tell her the sex of the baby. So I was sitting in bed. I think it might have been me, it might have been my husband. When she came into the hospital room, we took a quick series of pictures telling her what the gender of the baby was. And I love that we captured her surprise on this. So she was very upset that we would not tell her the gender of the baby, but eventually when she got turned around to see her place, so she didn't tell us the gender of hers either until we went to the hospital. So I love this layout just for that reason. So we do have some photos going on. We have her birth announcement here. This was a DIY birth announcement. I did not have that job at that company any longer, and I had to do my own birth announcements. So this is a pre-made piece of stationery that I bought at, I think it was at Michael's, and I just put it through my dad's color printer in brown and printed this out, and then we took the birth announcement photo that my friend did and just I sent them over to Costco, and they printed them, and then I just corner rounded them and stuck them on all the things. So that's a DIY birth announcement. So I'm going to let you guys go here, but you'll see. Look, we did get to a christening that was documented. We did get some other things. Post-it notes, scrapbooker's best friend. Use them. I have all sorts of notes in here that are telling me what things I should be filling in. I have children tapping on the window who are annoying me. So at that point, I'm going to leave it be and let you guys go. And good luck with your baby albums. Nobody did the challenge from yesterday, so I put up another challenge for today. You are going to win. If you do the challenge, you'll get a ticket to go into this drawing for this stamp of the month for April. All right, so go post a baby picture. If the post isn't on there yet, it will be soon. All right, good luck with your memory keeping.